Kobe Bryant once said something that really stuck with me. If your job is to try to be the best basketball player you can be, you have to train as much as you can, as often as you can. He will explain his routine in a way that sounded almost crazy to anyone who didn't live at that level. Most players would wake up around 10, have their first training session around 11 or 12, go hard for a couple of hours, rest, then get in one more session in the evening, 2 good practices a day. That's what the average pro will do. Kobe flipped that on its head. He said, what if I wake up at 4? He will train from 4 to 6, go home, rest, eat, come back at 9 and train from 9 to 11. Take a break, recover, and then hit the court again at 2. Another session from 2 to 4 and one more 7 to 9 at night. By the end of the day, he wasn't just doubling what everyone else did, he was tripling it. And here's the part that hits hard. After 5 or 6 years of doing that, the separation between him and his peers wasn't small anymore. It was massive. It didn't matter how hard anyone else worked in the off-season. They could never catch up. He had built a gap that couldn't be closed, not because of the talent, but because of consistency. Now, imagine swapping basketball for creating video games. What if you treated your dream the same way? Every hour after work that you dedicate to learning, creating, and sharing pushes you ahead of everyone who's still just talking about it. In 6 months, that extra hour a day can start to build something real. A small community following your journey, some good noise around your name, and interest from recruiters or studios who are paying attention. By the end of the year, if you stay consistent and focused, you're not just learning anymore. You are building a game, a project that shows your skills, your voice, and your commitment, even while you still have a day job. Fast forward 2 or 3 years of this, the gap between you and the rest isn't even close anymore. Your consistency has built not just skills, but a path with real pillars, a product under development, proof that you can attract attention, and a story that you can leverage to get funding or collaborations or to land that opportunity with a studio because they see you are the real deal. And before we continue, I want to hear from you. Do you believe a daily consistency really separates you from the rest? Comment yes or no right now, and let's start this conversation. And while you are here, make sure to hit subscribe, like, and ring the bell so we can keep growing this community of creators who show up every single day. This is the thing. It is not about natural talent. Kobe wasn't saying he was born with some magical ability no one else had. What set him apart was showing up every single day, doing the work when everyone else was still asleep, and letting that consistency compound over days, weeks, months, and years. The same thing applies to game development. It doesn't matter if you want to be a programmer, an artist, a designer, or a storyteller. Talent alone won't carry you. It's what you do with the hours you have, especially the hours no one else is using and that you are probably wasting watching TV or playing video games. Even 1 hour a day can completely change your trajectory. 1 hour a day learning Unreal Engine. 1 hour a day building a single mechanic. 1 hour a day improving your art, animating a scene, or designing a level. It might feel small at the moment, but it stacks. It builds momentum, and momentum is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Think about it. At the end of a year, that single hour a day isn't just 365 hours on a calendar. It's a completely different version of you. You are no longer the person who says, one day I want to work in video games. You are the person who has proof of action, proof of commitment, and proof of growth. You are building the person who belongs in the gaming industry, not because you wish for it, but because you showed up for it. And this is where the shift happens. When you start showing up every day, even for an hour, you stop chasing the dream and start living the process. That process is what attracts collaborators, recruiters, and die-hard fans. People aren't drawn to someone who just talks about what they want to do. They are drawn to someone who's doing it step by step right now. So let me ask you this. What's harder for you right now? Finding that daily hour or staying consistent once you do? Take the time to write your answer in the comments because your answer might be the first step in you to figuring out how to make this work for you. But here's the key that many game developers and designers miss. Training alone builds the skills. Sharing builds opportunity. You can spend hours learning Unreal, designing levels, or refining art, developing amazing gameplay mechanics, and yes, that's absolutely essential. That's your training. But if no one ever sees it, you are keeping all that growth locked away in a box. You are not just building a game, you're building a story, and a story only comes alive when it's shared. And I'm not talking about your game's stories, but it is the story about you, your studio, your path. When you show what you're doing, even in its messy, unfinished state, something powerful happens. People start to notice. It could be one friend at first, then 10 people online, then 100. You begin to attract a small circle of fans and followers who are invested not just in your finished product, but in your journey. And that journey is what draws collaborators and even recruiters. Studios and publishers aren't just looking for talent. They are looking for creators who can connect, who can build momentum, who can bring others into their vision. Sharing isn't about showing off. It's about creating a bridge between your private work and the outside world. It's about saying, I'm building something. Come with me. Watch it grow. Give me your feedback. I'm listening. And every time you post a progress shot or a devlog or even a small update, you are building that bridge a little stronger. Think about independent games you admire. Behind every one of them, there was a moment where someone decided to share, to let the world peek behind the curtain. That's what turned a project into a movement and a creator into a leader. Have you noticed how many people only start sharing their work after they lose their job? It's something I see all the time in the gaming industry. Suddenly, someone is posting their portfolio, updating LinkedIn, sharing every project they ever touched. But it's all happening in reaction to a crisis. And I get it. Losing a job is scary. It makes you realize how fragile things can be. But here's the problem. If you wait until you are desperate to show your work, you already lost valuable time. You're building under pressure instead of building with intention. The real question is not, what will you do if you lost your job? The real question is, what are you doing today to build a sustainable income model doing what you love? Because the truth is, there is no perfect time to start building your dream. You are not going to wake up one day and find a gap in your schedule that is magically waiting for you. Life doesn't hand you free time. You carve it out. Even if it's just 1 hour a day after work, that single hour can transform everything. 1 hour a day is where the momentum starts. It's where you stop waiting for opportunities to come to you and start building the version of yourself that creates opportunities. That hour is your insurance, is your independence plan. It's what keeps you moving forward, no matter what happens in the industry or at your job. So let me challenge you with this. What's one small thing you can commit to today to move your dream forward? It doesn't have to be huge. It just have to be real. Here's the thing. You can absolutely carve out 1 hour a day on your own. You can start building, learning Unreal, creating mechanics, sharing your progress. And if you do that consistently, you'll already be miles ahead of most people who are still waiting for the right moment. But what makes that hour truly powerful is when you combine it with the right methodology and the right guidance. Having a proven framework to follow keeps you from spinning in circles, and having a mentor who's been exactly where you are keeps you focused and moving in the right direction without wasting time and money guessing your way through. Think back to Kobe's story. Kobe had insane work ethic, but even he credited Michael Jordan for shaping his path, showing him what to focus on and how to push himself in the right areas. That combination of consistent work, smart methodology, and trusted guidance is what created his edge. And that is exactly what we are doing inside the Game Creator Accelerator. We take your 1 hour a day and make it count by giving you a clear step-by-step methodology to build your skills and your game, combined with direct mentorship to adapt that path to you personally. It's a mix of structure and support that helps you avoid years of trial and error and stay laser focused on what really moves you forward. Inside the program, you get on one-on-one sessions, lifetime access mentorship, a practical framework to follow, and a community that keeps you accountable every step of the way. Whether your goal is to create your own studio or land a role in the industry, we make sure every hour you invest builds the foundation you need to build your dream. So if you're ready to make those hours after your work truly count, register for the Game Creator Accelerator and set a time to talk with me. We'll look at where you are, define where you want to go, and map out the path using the methodology and guidance that have helped so many others transform their careers. And please don't forget to hit subscribe, like, and ring the bell so you don't miss more inspiring conversations and technical tutorials. And drop a comment telling me if you had a mentor and a proven methodology guiding you right now, what is the first thing you want to work on together? Until next time, keep creating, keep sharing, and most importantly, keep dreaming big. I'll see you soon, my fellow creators.